Welcome to Young Black Lives Honored. Be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a respectful comment below. In 2019, 4-year-old Troy Khoeler, a foster child, was adopted by Jemaine and Tiffany Thomas. On July 28, 2022, around 5:20 a.m., Tiffany called 911 to report Troy missing in the 4400 block of Rosegate in the Birnamwood subdivision. She had just returned home after a shift at the hospital and was still in uniform. Army unit officers arrived at the home and interviewed the parents separately. Jemaine told them that Troy was gone when he got home from work around 11 p.m. and he noticed the front door was unlocked. Detectives stated that the man's statements didn't add up, as he also told investigators that he saw the child sitting in the living room watching TV. Jemaine said he discovered his son was missing at approximately 4 a.m. that morning when he awoke to get ready for work. He then alleged that he last saw the boy between 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. the previous evening. Tiffany alleged that she last seen Troy when he was put to bed sometime before 9 p.m. the previous night. Deputies immediately launched a search of the home and neighborhood that included the use of drones and dogs. Simultaneously, based on conflicting accounts, authorities were led to search the home thoroughly. Around 7:10 a.m., while searching the garage and utility room, a deputy looked through the lid of a newer model top-loading washing machine and observed the child in the bottom of the wash tub. The deputy yelled out to other deputies and tried to assess if Troy was breathing. While doing so, Jemaine pushed him out of the way, reached into the washing machine, and pulled the child out. The man was instructed to place the child on the floor, and CPR was immediately initiated by deputies. Troy had blood on his nose, a bump on his forehead over his right eye, and bruises on his legs. The child's arms and legs were warm, but his torso was cold to the touch. Sadly, Troy was pronounced gone a few minutes later. He had turned 7 years old less than 3 weeks prior. Blood was also found inside the washing machine, in the doorway, and on a cardboard box lid, both of which were in the kitchen in addition to other areas of the house. The garage door from the home's living area was unlocked and accessible via a short hallway from Troy's bedroom. His bedroom door was found open.
I don't even know what to say. It's hurting to my soul.
I got a kid that's a couple years older than him.
The couple was detained and taken to the sheriff's office for further interviews. Investigators were unaware at the time as to whether his life ended due to the washing machine or he was taken and then placed inside it. The Thomases were released later that night after several hours of questioning.
I don't know.
After hours of questioning about the death of his adopted son, 7-year-old Troy Khoeler, and apparently exhausted Jemaine Thomas returned to his home on the 4400 block of Rosegate Drive in Springlass.
Put my key in the door and then the door open. But anything else after that, I don't know. My son is not here anymore.
Documents showed that investigators obtained surveillance footage showing Troy playing hide and seek by himself on the front lawn the night prior to his life ending. Hours later, the same footage showed Jemaine arriving home and then Tiffany as well. No one else was seen coming in or leaving the house. Officers also noted that the footage, which included video and audio, never captured Jemaine shouting as one would when looking for a missing child. In one of his statements, Jemaine alleged that when he got home from work at 11, he had yelled for the boy but got no response. He said he sent his wife a text to see if she knew where he was before going to sleep until 4 a.m. when he woke up and claimed that he realized he'd missed several calls from his wife. In a voluntary interview with investigators, Tiffany alleged that at approximately 1 a.m. that morning, Jemaine sent her a text stating that Troy was gone and the front door of the home was open. She said that she recalled locking the doors prior to leaving for work at approximately 6:30 p.m. the previous evening. Tiffany said she attempted to call Jemaine several times but was unable to get in touch with him until approximately 4 a.m. just before she was dropped off at home by a co-worker. In another interview, Jemaine alleged that on July 24th, he punished Troy by striking him repeatedly on the buttocks with an open hand. He went on to say that one of the strikes missed as Troy was moving, and as a result, he was hit in the back. Jemaine stated that he stopped the quote discipline after that strike. As the investigation continued, it was noted that blood was visible at the base of the wash tub, indicating that the machine had not been turned on while the child was inside. That notion was reinforced by the smell of urine that allegedly emanated from the boy's body. An autopsy later determined that Troy suffered from being beaten, suffocated, and possibly drowned. His passing was ruled a homicide due to homicidal violence. The medical examiner found evidence of both old and new blunt force trauma that was indicative of inflicted trauma. During the investigation, text messages were extracted from Tiffany and Jemaine's cell phones. Documents showed that Tiffany texted Jemaine that she would put Troy in the stove and turn it on until the boy finally came clean about eating her oatmeal cream pie cookies. Other text messages from Jemaine to Tiffany graphically described how the man said he was going to end the 7-year-old's life, going as far as telling the woman she would come home and meet him hanging from a tree. The investigation also determined Jemaine allegedly covered Troy's mouth and nose with an unknown object before submerging him underwater. On July 7th, Tiffany texted that she was sick of Troy, she was not doing anything for his birthday, and she did not want him in the house any longer. CPS records showed that the family had a history with the agency. They investigated Troy being physically abused twice in the year prior to his demise. Nearly 4 months after his body was found, and following an extensive investigation, Harris County sheriffs arrested the Thomases. Prosecutors said the couple grew tired of the boy allegedly stealing snacks, and it was donut sticks the final time. The following day, on November 16th, 42-year-old Jemaine appeared before the court where he was charged with capital fatality, and his bond was set at $2 million. 35-year-old Tiffany did not appear before the judge, who stated that the woman wanted to end her life. Her charge of injury to a child by omission was still read, and bond was set at $150,000. Should they bond out, both Jemaine and Tiffany are barred from coming into contact with anyone under age 17 and would be required to wear GPS monitors. May the family and friends of Troy Khoeler find solace in the happy memories, and may his soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.